Hey everyone, Reagan here. I just wanted to come on here real quick while I'm editing this week's episode and let you guys know Jordyn has had her babies. She has two healthy baby girls. So thank you guys so much for your kind words and your prayers. And we still have a few pre-recorded episodes that will be released over the next few weeks. But yeah, I appreciate you guys bearing with us, and hopefully we'll have Jordyn back here soon. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, I'm Reagan. I work in finance.
I'm Greg. I work in construction.
And this is Working Late. So if you are grinding through a long day or a late night, we're here to keep you company and remind you why it's all worth it. So today, obviously, we have a very special guest. This is Jordyn's own husband, Greg. Greg, say hi.
Hello.
So, Greg, you have a completely different career than me and Jordyn, and I know you have a different view on it and all of that. So, let's get into it. Tell me, all about what you do for a living and how you've gotten here.
Sure. I'm a estimator. I work for a general contractor. We build schools. I came from the operations side, so I was actively involved in construction. I was a project manager for a bit, and really wanted to make a shift in the quality of my life. I think being a project manager is like a lifestyle, and it wasn't a lifestyle that aligned very well with me. And I've been an estimator for almost a year and a half now, and I really would be bummed to go back to operations because it's such a better fit for my personality.
Okay, what do you mean by that? Because I feel like when you were a project manager, you were really killing it at that career. Every time I talked to Jordyn, it's like you had a new promotion and you were really climbing that ladder really quickly.
Yeah, I think that for ambitious people in on the operations side, if you're willing to take on that next role, then there will be someone out there that's willing to put you in that position, just because operations folks and project managers are so in demand right now in our area. But it just wasn't. It was really stressful. It required a lot. You can be sent wherever. Someone, your boss says, "Hey, we've got your next project, and it's an hour and a half from your home. Have fun with it." And then you're commuting all over the place. Now I'm in the office every single day. I live 25 minutes from the office. I spend less than an hour commuting now, which in a busy area, I feel like that's a blessing. A lot of people don't get that. And I think I get to use technology more. I get to automate more. I get to be in spreadsheets more. It's just everything about it is a much better fit for my personality, I think, and my skill set.
Okay. So can you, for someone like me who doesn't really know, what is it like being a project manager, being on the operations side?
I think being a project manager, it's very relationship based, and I found that I think when you're in a leadership role, something like a project manager, you have to take on the mentality of the buck stops with you, and sometimes that is not super enjoyable. When things are going wrong, you're solving every single problem. I mean, that's what I did for a living, was just dealt with problem after problem, and usually had so many problems that you're having to constantly just play triage, and you're just dealing with whatever fire is more likely to spread to create other fires. Just keep the dumpster fire to a minimum. And
Okay.
it was a lot, it's stressful. And now what I really like about estimating is that I work on a project most of the time for maybe 4 to 6 weeks, and then we either win the job or we don't. A lot of the times you don't, and then you just move on and you reset the cycle. And I get a lot of iteration in that I get to create a workflow and systems, and then put them into place, try them. And then there's always at the end of the project, I'm doing a little debrief, and I'm okay, there were things about that I could have done differently. And then I get to try it again. Whereas when I was in operations, it was okay, I really screwed that up. Let me do that differently. But then that's your next project, which could be 2 years later. Hell, I may forget about it 2 years later.
Interesting. Okay, so what is estimating then?
Okay. So it really, it's like more like on the pre-construction side. So we're everything that happens before our guys are hitting the ground, boots out there on the job site. In the pre-construction side, we are bidding out projects. If we get hired as a construction manager at risk, where we're representing our client a little bit more, we're more on the same side, then we're getting involved in helping with design and trying to manage costs and just make sure that there are less problems on that side. And then when we're hard bidding jobs, I won't go into that too much, but it's really learning the job, getting subcontractors to bid our work, having to reach out to them. And it's kind of funny because there's a lot more like grunt work and estimating, which for a lot of people is like a turnoff. They're like, oh, estimating can be boring. For me, I kind of like it because I'm really into AI. And with AI and doing a little bit of coding, I'm able to automate a ton of that grunt work that a lot of my coworkers are like, this, it's just part of the job. It's not fun, but you do it. And I'm able to automate it.
Okay, can you like give us more detail about that? Because I feel like AI is, well, not even AI. I feel like your biggest hobby that I'm aware of is just like putting systems into place and automating things and making things easier. And I feel like you've been doing that throughout your whole career, at least as I've been aware of it. So like, can you talk a little bit more about that and what you do?
Yeah, for sure. And it's so true. It really gets me fired up. I learned to code for fun in college, and it really just took off. Like I could not believe how much I was able to apply it in my actual work and construction, which I never thought that would be a thing. Like if you're a coder, you have to go work in like, the tech industry, but no, like it's super, super helpful in construction. I'd build like little tools and stuff to help me with all the grunt work. And that made me stand out early on in my career on the operations side. And it was kind of funny because it made me look like a rock star. And then I got into the project management, like being a project manager, and it's more relationship based. It's more of managing a team and managing stakeholders, and not as many opportunities to automate. And like, I don't know.
Okay.
I think I was.
So that's why you didn't like it as much.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I think like dealing with people and stuff maybe is not one of my strengths, and automating is a little bit more. So yeah.
Okay. So can you give me an example? Because there are some things that I would love to automate about my job. Unfortunately, I'm about 80 years old when it comes to technology. But give me like an example of something you've automated.
Okay, so the biggest things for me are all like just little tools. So back in the day, 6 years ago, if I came up with something, I was like, man, I do the same task over and over and over again. It's repetitive. Like I follow like a very structured workflow every single time. It's living in my head and I perform the task. If I did it enough and felt like there was a big enough time saving, I would code a program for it, and it would take me a while to do it. Now with AI, I use ChatGPT's Codex. It's a program that you download on your computer, and you do what they call vibe coding, and you're literally just talking to like Codex or like ChatGPT. It's practically the same thing, and you're just telling it, hey, I have this problem. I want to solve it, with a program. Like I'm doing this manually. Like I'm having to save all these bids on bid day, and it takes so much of my time. It's just manual entry and stuff. Instead, I want to automate this workflow, and I tell it what I'm looking for roughly, and I turn on this little plan mode, and it will interview me, and it asks me questions to make sure that we're both on the same page. And once it feels like it has enough information, it puts out a plan. You look at it, review it, say, yep, go build that. And it'll spend, anywhere from a minute to 20 minutes building you a program to do exactly what you want. And to be honest, I don't have time to even look at the code. I just test it. If it works, cool. If not, I'm like, hey, bro, it's throwing me an error. Can you fix this? And it goes and fixes it. And like, you'd be shocked at how quickly, with no information, you can create some pretty interesting software that can really save some time.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. So Tristan just started his new finance job, my husband, and he has been really into Claude Cowork at his job. At my job, we're not allowed to use it because it's not secure. I guess it's like in beta or whatever. I don't know. We're not allowed to use those things. We're only allowed to use Copilot, like the enterprise version. But yeah, he's been he's been working a million hours the past couple weeks, but still, he has just been asking Claude Cowork to do like so many little tasks for him so he doesn't have to go manually do it. And he says it's a complete game changer. So
Absolutely. I've been playing around with Cowork too, and it's kind of led me into this new tool. I won't get into it a whole lot, but it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same principle. It's called OpenClaw. It's got its own reputation, but the idea is that it's like you download it onto your computer, and then it has more control over your computer than even Cowork does, to where you can have it every day. It sends me a presidential briefing. It's like a world economics, world politics, all kinds of things, just to keep up with the world. Gives me like a book report every day, a little mini book report. So I've got a new one. There's all kinds of other things you can do with it. And I think of like Jordyn. Jordyn's a solo business owner. Like for the most part, I mean, she's like over there, leading her firm. And, I see people that are like solo founders on YouTube all the time. And they hand off a lot of like the marketing workload over to these AI agents like OpenClaw, or turn OpenClaw into like a CFO for them, constantly pushing out financial reports to them so that they're not having to go and pull that stuff themselves. It's pushed out to them, and I think it's going to be pretty interesting here in the next few years to see what things like Claude Cowork and OpenClaw turn into.
So what do you think is like the future of white collar jobs with AI?
I think it's going to be pretty interesting. I see AI definitely as a tool, and I'm really looking forward to when some of these tools get greater and greater and more beneficial, to where like, I can build these tools even faster. I think for people like Jordyn, where they're, leading a business and able to automate more of those functions of having a virtual CFO or a virtual marketing manager, I think that's pretty powerful. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes of all this.
Yeah, I feel like you're probably going to benefit. You're probably in the group that's going to benefit the most as well, because you're like so into tech and you were coding things before, and now you're like all over AI. In my experience, like I work for a larger company, and there's so many people who just don't even want to touch it, or, they don't really want anything to do with it.
Yep.
And I think most of them are older and they'll probably retire anyways, which is great for them. But yeah, I think those are the people who are probably like in the most danger, the people who aren't embracing it and who are just kind of running from it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I see this kind of as like, for my dad, computers came out in his generation, and he didn't maybe spend a ton of time investing in learning those computer skills. And I think towards the end of his career, like you start seeing that, because obviously now computers are so important to modern, careers.
Yeah.
And I really do believe AI is going to be my generation's computers. Like you're going to want to stay up to date on this. I gave a presentation at my company on AI, and one of the points that I was really trying to stress to everyone is like, I don't think we should be so concerned about AI taking all of our jobs. I think we should be more concerned about competing against other companies that are integrating AI into their workflows, using it to increase productivity, and we're competing against them and we're not embracing it because, maybe we have a bad stigma of AI.
So my dad is an accountant, and I think he's 65. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's 65. So he's like going to be retiring soon. But a couple years ago, I work in finance. It's related to accounting. I was asking him some questions about like some general ledger data, and I had it pulled up on my work computer in Excel. And I realized in that conversation that this man does not know how to use Excel as an accountant. And I'm just like, how have you gotten this far? And it's just because, computers came out when he was already in the workforce. I'm sure I know he can use a computer.
Yeah.
But I feel like he probably just got to the level of management by the time Excel became, the norm, that he didn't ever have to learn how to use it. But I was like, wow, that is so insane that you have had a 40-year accounting career. Never
Right.
once learned how to use Excel in that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it's hard for me to even relate to that because I just like I've always, for me, like technology has always been my advantage. I don't think I have a great memory or really intelligent or anything, but I'm really good at computers and I'm really good at leveraging technology to help me stand out, I suppose.
Okay, yeah, speaking of that, so Jordyn and I talk a lot about kind of our mindset on our careers. And I mean, I know Jordyn absolutely loves accounting. She loves being a CPA. She loves doing taxes. It's like her passion in life, and that is so amazing. And, of course, we have our goals for, the lifestyles we want to live and things like that. I feel like she's told me that your mindset about your career is a little bit different than hers. So can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I think Jordyn is very ambitious by nature. She's a go-getter, and I think
yeah.
she's having a lot of fun with her business, growing it, and it is really taking off. And I feel like for me, I've seen what like the commitment of like the project manager lifestyle, and it just doesn't really appeal to me a whole lot. I feel like I'm a person. I don't necessarily identify a lot with my work. It's like a means to an end for me, and I'm more into finding balance. I do really enjoy estimating. I did not like operations, and I'm really having a ton of fun with estimating. And I thought that when people said like you've got to find something that you enjoy doing, I genuinely just thought I was a person that's like, I'm always gonna hate work. I just don't like work. No, I found something that I really enjoy, and I enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah, so Jordyn, yeah, I agree with you. She's very ambitious. You cannot tell her that she can't do something. She's just going to go do it like far better than you could have ever imagined.
Definitely.
She'll probably have like the biggest accounting firm in the world by the time it's all said and done,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, but you're very much focused on having a bit more balance in your life and having work that you enjoy, but it doesn't necessarily need to be your entire life. Is that a fair synopsis?
Definitely. And like I will say, like when I'm at work, like I am absolutely striving to go in there and crush it. I want to be the best estimator, but I'm not someone that's going to go in and trade all of my, my time away just to be the best estimator. Honestly, for me, I enjoy using technology and AI to be a great estimator while not having to put in 14 hours a day.
Yeah. I think that's completely fair. And when you were younger in your career, like when you were fresh out of college and you were on the project manager track, what was your mindset back then? Was it like you wanted to get to superintendent and be the best, or were you still striving for balance back then?
I think for most of my career, I was striving to be a project manager. I thought that once I hit project manager, that would be, I had it made.
Wow. Okay.
That's what I was looking for. I remember being an intern telling my supervisor in a review that whatever it takes, I want to get to project manager as fast as possible. And then I got there.
Yeah, you got there really fast. You
Yeah,
were like 20,
for sure.
27 maybe?
27, yeah. I was the youngest project manager that we had ever had at my company. And I think that like there's some stressors that come along with that too, because there truly is no replacement for experience. I think you can be, sharp, you can handle things well, you can carry yourself well, But some things like in construction, like, just without the experience, that presents its own challenges because everything is novel, everything is new, and you're trying to, learn everything to just be able to solve those problems that are being brought to you.
Okay, so you've kind of shifted from like, I want to get there as fast as I can, I want to run really hard, to, hey, I'm actually really enjoying work-life balance, and I just want to do the absolute best job that I can in my current role.
Definitely. And it's, when you have an incredible wife that you just have so much fun with all the time. And soon we're going to have little babies that I'm really excited about spending time for. And honestly, my dog is like one of my best friends. I enjoy spending time with my family. That's what I think someday when I'm on my deathbed looking back on my life. I don't think I'm going to be thinking about, did I get that promotion? Did I get that raise? Did we crush that estimate? I'm going to be thinking about, did I give my children a good head start in life? Did I set them up well? Did my dog live a happy life? And did I get to, have an incredible life with my wife?
Oh, that's so nice. Can we get an update on Jordyn, how she's doing? It's currently April 11th, so we have a few days left of tax season and a few weeks left until the babies come.
Yeah, for sure. She's crushing it. She is in the middle of tax season. Why I'm here, I'm Jordyn 2.0 right now. But yeah, she's crushing it. She's pregnant with twins, which is physically really demanding, really challenging. And she's doing it while also putting in crazy hours at her CPA firm, and they are crushing it. And she's an inspiration to me. I mean, she is absolutely the moral North Star in my life. And it's such an inspiration to constantly be seeing someone like her going out and crushing it when she's got challenge after hurdle in front of her, and just
wow, that's like making me tear up. That's so sweet.
I'm a really lucky guy for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for Jordyn, it's the hurdles and the challenges that just motivate her even more. So like, what are y'all kind of looking forward to the most about when the babies get here?
I mean, we're both, she's going to be on maternity leave. I'm taking some time off too. We're going to have quite a few weeks at home together, all of us, not working. And I think I am just really excited and I think she feels the same way. We're really excited to just be facing this challenge. Like, not everyone gets to have twins. And I think that there are going to be some real challenges that come along with having twins. Surely, I mean, there are obviously tons of people that have twins, but I think it's a little bit harder. And I think there's going to be some challenges that come along with that. And we just make such a good team and work together so well. I'm really looking forward to some of those late nights, sleep deprived, and trying to find some humor in all of the misery with her, because we can usually find something to laugh about. But check back in with me in a few weeks when we're a few weeks in, and we'll see how that's really going.
Yeah, one thing that I talked about on the podcast a few episodes ago now was like, my mindset about so many things in life is dumber people than me have gotten through this completely fine. Yeah. And so if the general public, if dumber people than you can get through it, so can you,
Yep.
I'm sure y'all are not the least prepared people to ever have twins. I would say y'all are actually some of the most prepared people to ever have twins.
Jordyn is. Jordyn's putting a lot of research and time into all of this. Yeah, she's very prepared. We went to our newborn care class the other day, and they were asking like what your experience with babies was, and I'm like, 0 here.
Hey, you have a nephew. That's got to count for something.
I don't know. I've never changed his diaper before. We'll figure it out, though. I'm kind of a learn it on the fly by the seat of my pants type of guy. So we're gonna crush it.
I'm sure by the time these twins are like 2 weeks old, you are gonna have so many systems in place, so many processes to get through the day, they're going to be, yeah, it's going to be so well structured and flowing super well. So.
Well, I appreciate the confidence, but we'll see. You know, the one thing that I've been telling Jordyn is I'm like, you know, I think with these babies, like there's only so much automating we can do here. I think this might just be challenging.
Yeah, AI can't like change the diapers.
No.
Fix a bottle.
I guess we were just born in the wrong time. Maybe if we were 10 years younger and doing this 10 years down the road, maybe our Tesla bots would be changing the diapers. But
okay, have you seen those I guess robots that are kind of shaped like humans, and you can buy one for $20,000 and it'll come do it like tasks for you? What are your thoughts on those? Because I think they're creepy personally.
oh yeah, the current ones are pretty creepy. I mean, I don't know. I think it'll probably be creepy 10, 20 years from now too. But dude, if I could buy a robot for 20 grand and it's gonna clean my house for me and do things for me while I'm gone, take my money.
Really?
But
You would get one?
yeah, we've talked about it though. It's like, like AI is kind of goofy at times. It does silly things, and I'm like, what happens when you're like sleeping in bed and your Tesla bot like walks into your bedroom at like 3 a.m. for a random question? You see this humanoid figure in the the dark doorway. I'm gonna have a heart attack. I'm gonna have to shoot this little robot or something.
Yeah, okay. Something that clearly does not scare you and Jordyn or my husband Tristan, but it does freak me out. The movie Smart House. Did you ever watch that? I think it came out in like the late 90s.
No.
Okay. Yeah, well, I don't recommend that you do because you have a very smart house.
Yeah.
Every time we like go and visit you guys, and Tristan's like, oh, we have to get all the smart switches and, have our house completely wired like y'all do. I'm like, I can't go there because I watched the movie Smart House and it has stayed with me. The smart house, like the robot, comes to life and takes over, and it freaks me out.
Dang on. Did they defeat the house in the end at least?
I don't remember how it ended. That part didn't stick with me. Just the part where the robot took over. Let me know if you guys are like know what I'm talking about at all, because I'm still scared of it.
I'm gonna have to check this movie out. Smart House.
It was a Disney Channel movie, so yeah. But I was probably like 5 when I watched it, and not in the right headspace to be taking in what that movie was giving me. So
yeah, I mean, I think that there's risks that come along with having your whole house like smart, but at the end of the day, it's really nice being exhausted and just plopping your belly down in bed and being like, hey, go turn everything off, robot, and all the, I can't use her name right now or all the, she's going to be talking to me, but it's pretty nice being able to have all your lights turned off.
Tristan always tells me like that is his thing, because he's the one who has to turn the lights off at the end of the night because I'm afraid of the dark. And I'm like, okay.
It doesn't make a difference to you whether or not you have a smart house. You already have a smart house. It's called a Tristan.
That's so true. But I've told him I will face my fear of the dark in order to not have a smart house. So far, we've been having this discussion for about 3 years now, and no changes have been implemented, and I hope we can continue moving in this direction.
Oh, gosh, Reagan.
Well, awesome. I think that's all we have time for, Greg. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I'm sure the viewers have been wanting to hear from you since we hear so much about you on the podcast already.
Well, it's been an honor being invited to be a guest on the Working Late pod. It's just great.
And if you guys have any questions for Greg, any comments, anything like that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. You can also email us at workinglate.pod@gmail.com. And yeah, Greg, be sure to say hi to Jordyn for us. Tell her to hang in there and give her our best.
Will do. Sounds good.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
Adios.
Bye.
Thanks.